Welcome to a Siglo de Oro, also known as Spain's Golden Age. In 1492, Christopher Columbus, a sailor from Italy, convinced Isabel and Ferdinand to finance a voyage across the Atlantic for Asia. For years, Columbus failed to persuade England, Portugal, Spain, Genoa, and Venice to give him ships and men. Finally, the new monarchs of reconquered Spain, eager for new resources of wealth and opportunities to spread Christianity, decided to give him a chance. Columbus, bold enough to sail thousands of miles into uncharted waters, was completely mistaken in his geography. Asia lies more than 12,000 miles west of Europe, and had the Americas not been waiting in the middle, Columbus would not have reached land. But Columbus's incredible and lucky mistake turned out to be one of the most important events in the history of human civilization. The world's two great landmasses, North and South America in the West Hemisphere and Europe, had been isolated from each other for 10,000 years. Over the millennia, the human inhabitants of the Old and New World developed vastly different cultures, languages, and religions. When the two great landmasses were rejoined by Europe's exploration, the resulting exchange of people, crops, animals, ideas, and diseases, called the Columbian Exchange, changed both worlds forever, and gave the riches and gems to Spain, which would be a building block for its new, stronger Golden Age empire and aiding to the creation of its name. This event helped shape the beginning of the era, along with Gramática de Lengua Castellana, or Grammar of the Castilian Tongue, a groundbreaking piece of literature published by Antonio de Nebrija. This book signaled that Spanish was now a language of consequence, worthy to be set alongside Latin and deserving of an exploratory grammar. Language, Nebrija said, justifying the usefulness of grammar in the prologue, has always been the companion of empire. These words were remarkably poetic, for Spanish soon became, of course, the imperial language of discovery of America, with the Spain's expansion into northern Europe, just as Latin had become the great imperial language of today. People also contributed to the growth and start of El Siglo de Oro, the first one being Miguel Cervantes. Cervantes did not see Spain of greatness and glory in his own time. He saw a nation which was squandering its legacy and impoverishing its culture, and he was right. The age when Muslims, Jews, and Christians lived side by side. It had to do with Cervantes' relationship to his own society and times, and yet it was timeless. But it seemed especially important for the problems of our world today, a world in which the vision of the Golden Age is gaining importance across a critical cultural fracture line. It told me that, for Cervantes, was truly the Golden Age. He wrote an El Ingenio Higlado Don Quixote de la Mancha, which is known to be one of the most influential pieces of the era. Another famous individual who contributed his life to the flourish of the Golden Age is Lope de Vega. He was a Spanish poet and a playwright of La Barca and is part of the pleiade of literary artists of the Spanish Golden Age. Born under the protection of imperial splendor and the gradual decline of inquisitorial fury of the court of Austria from Philip II and Philip V, he was the most prolific author of comedies of his time, and in them reflects the traditional values of honor, respects the king and Catholic religion of the Counter-Reformation that accompanied the fate of the Spanish Empire. His numerous plays were the basis of this art during the Golden Age, and in them he elaborated and fixed the dramatic uses that prevailed in the Spanish tradition well into the 20th century. Some of his works, named La Escerda, Los Pastores de Belén, and La Circe, and many more.
As the Golden Age was a time of flourishing in Spain, it created a perfect time for artists and musicians to flourish as well. Diego Velázquez was one of the prominent artists at this time, creating several artworks depicting the monarchy at the time. He was born in 1599 in Seville. His first teacher was Francisco de Herrera, but he didn't like him, so he got another teacher, Francisco Pacheco, in 1610. Pacheco helped him a lot. Although he wasn't an amazing artist, he was
Also
an
known as
extraordinary
Spain's
teacher
Golden
and a
Age.
good-hearted person.
In
What inspired
1492,
Velázquez.
Christopher Columbus,
Created using Powtoon.